Hey, you actually made it. You made it. Oh my gosh, you made it. Welcome to DIY, do it yourself, your own domain and website. Oh my gosh, you did it. Congratulations on taking this next step. I know you kind of thought about it. You're like, I don't know. Should I? Could I? You did it. Congratulations. And look, we'll make this class very I don't know what simple is. I was gonna say simple, easy for you to follow along, so you can apply the steps right here, right now. So this will be the only one of the videos that I will not share my screen. In the next videos, I will share my screen and just talk through it so you understand from start to finish. If this was a college course, I'll tell you the whole course, go over the course syllabus, and then from there we'll go through what it looks like building your own domain and website, because you're doing it yourself. Now, you made this decision because you want to own your own piece of this World Wide Web. I would say world, right? World Wide Web. World is nonstop. And matter of fact, we right now, when I'm recording this, we are on the precipice of deleting. I say we, it's not me, I'm not doing anything. But as America is banning a social media platform. So it's about to go dark. And so this is why it's so important to own your domain, because you never know when you put stuff on social and it's going good for you. You don't own it, so you can't control it. So look, I'm even drinking from one of my favorite coffee mugs. You're a success story in progress. Cheers. All right. Now, hopefully you cheers with me, right? If you didn't, come on, go back with me. Here, let's do that one more time. You're a success story in progress. Cheers. Okay, look, you got to do that from time to time because, man, it's not always easy. Ladies, you know, it ain't going to be that simple. My fellas, you know this is hard, right? Doesn't matter who you are, he, she, her, him, however, whomever I'm talking to, this is a grind. And this is the very first step in doing so. So with that, let's get started to understanding your domain, website, kind of these intricate details. And these are the things that I tell my clients, and purposely I left my door open because this creates an open door for you at any point in time, 24 hours, 7 days a week. It's just all about how you design it. So when it comes to a website, and this is where sometimes I see eyes get glazed or just like a deer in the headlights, but follow with me, okay? Because in this World Wide Web, things are ones and O's, okay? Ones and zeros. And when it comes to domain, we type in something and it's like nathanwebster.com, and it's really simple, but really it's an IP address that has a lot of different numbers. And to clean that up, we call that the domain in the URL. And I'm not going to go into all the vernacular, but the URL is the place where we put the domain address in. And instead of using numbers, because we're not going to remember that, we can remember a name. And with that name, nathanwebster.com, that domain points to your website. And the domain, in another way, is just saying it's your address. Because it is an address, but this address points to your home of the file cabinet that has all the files called your website. Okay? So look at it this way. Your website houses everything that you want to put out there to the world. And the only way people can see it for your open house is it has to have a domain. Okay? Now, you can say, okay, that's pretty simple. If not, hey, I'm lost. Take your time with it. You don't have to understand the details. All that stuff is figured out. All you have to do is register your domain. Then the next thing you need to do is get hosting. Now you say, what is hosting? Okay, so basically is now in your home, you have to ensure that It has electricity. You pay for sewer, garbage, all these things, right? The utilities of it in order to make it homey, right? That's what hosting does. It keeps it up and going. Or another way to look at it is your website, maybe you have a mobile home. It's the vehicle to keep it going. Without hosting, to put it out there to the web, it just sits there not able to be accessed. So we don't want that. So the two things that become really crucial and critical is ensuring that you have your domain and that stays up to date. And it's usually about $20 a year, depending on the domain. And there's a lot, again, we'll go into because I don't want you to like, go to me all these things I need to do, because I just want to explain to it, because when I share my screen, I'm going to show you it's more than just .com. It's more .edu, .org. There's more of those as we get further along. Also, hosting. This is another opportunity where people get, unfortunately, domain too, but hosting is more. I see a lot of people kind of get swindled. They get, and I don't know if swindle's a good word, but they're looking for a discount, or they're just signing up for whatever, and then it turns out to not be what it thought it was for them. And hosting is not always the easiest things, because in this, and this is my illustration of where I have a file here, right? In this file, I put my business license in here. This is my business license, and it's in a folder. Well, your website contains nothing but files, right? So this could be the home page. Like if I get another folder, that's the about page. And then it lives in this file cabinet. This file cabinet, that's your website. But what happens is, in order for people to access this file cabinet, you ever have one of those bad file cabinets that gets stuck and it doesn't open all the way, and then sometimes the things don't come out? That's what happens when a website freezes, because the hosting, for the most part, when I first started, I was shared. I was on a shared server. So they cap out how much you can actually access. So the doors open, right? But they only open it just a little bit. So I hear sometimes celebrities that go with a certain provider. They go with this provider and they don't do their due diligence, but you don't know what you don't know. So no shade to them. They don't know. And then they start this website and then it crashes. But it crashes because they didn't understand that the bandwidth that they signed up for was maybe 1,000 hits a day. Maybe that's kind of a big number, and they got 10,000 hits. That's going to crash the site. So hosting becomes a big deal, because instead of a shared server, maybe you need an independent server. Again, this is all things you don't have to know all the details. From the domain to the hosting, those two things you don't need to know about. But some people like it, especially as you begin to scale. If you're doing e-commerce and you're doing a lot of different things, and if you're going into different countries, they have different requirements. So this is where it becomes where I tell my clients, I'm like, hey, you can continue to manage it, but just know it comes to a price, because this is something you got to keep up with. And I don't get scared. And so these are the things to where you can keep up with it, but let the details of it go to the professional. And so sometimes that's me. Sometimes that's somebody else. Sometimes they get someone to do it. And sometimes they say, look, I don't want my website to be all of that. I still want it to come through me, because I'm still going to be the number one salesperson versus digital. Now, with AI, post-COVID, that might be something different. I don't know. But this is why you're taking this class, so you can understand it's more than just signing up on this DIY website. That there are a lot out there. The Wix, the Weebly's, the Squarespace. There's a lot of that great, and it's good. It's a good starting point. But when it comes to your domain and website, when you own it, you have to also maintain it. And when you maintain it, becomes a beautiful thing, because now you can control whether or not it gets seen in certain places, what you put out there, how you put it out there, and it becomes a great opportunity for you to, I could say flex, or you can say sell. You can control your time. You can then go ahead and start traveling and sharing different experiences. You can become the thought leader that that you want to be. You want to be a teacher, and you want to share different things that's maybe not allowed to as a college professor. So I can't share all the things I want to. And when you're setting up your website, it's never ending. It never stops. And then that's a good thing. There's not like an endpoint where it's going to stop you. You can keep going, and you can keep going, and you can keep going. And because once you launch it, it's now there for the world to see. And how you show up in the world is all up to you. So with that said, let's get started. Shall we? I think we should, because now it's time for you to go to that next level and register your domain. Let's go.